Hi. So, welcome. I know we're a little bit early. I just wanted to hop on a little bit early and make sure that everything's working. I have rearranged things a little bit. So, I wanted to make sure that you could hear me if I was further away from the the screen. So hopefully that's the case. Anyway, we'll just wait a couple minutes. We have a few minutes to see who's going to join us. Let's see. Okay. Oops. Okay. All right. So apparently, okay, I'm testing. Okay. So if I'm all the way back here, we're just running a test run here. If I'm all the way back here, can you hear me? Hopefully everything's hearable. All right. Let me know. Could you hear me back there? Okay, great. Thank you, Trevor. That's my son helping me make sure. All right. So we'll just sit here together for a few minutes and wait to see who's going to join us. Oh, great. Hi, Ellen. Okay, I'm glad that you can hear me too. Thank you. Somebody will sign you in. So, okay. Yay! We're getting there. All right. It's all new. It's all a little bit different. Who knew that my yoga room would come in so incredibly handy? I have to say that while I miss the face-to-face contact and I miss being with all of you a lot, like a lot, I am having a little bit of fun doing this, and I'm getting to do something that I started in 2016 with my YouTube channel and then never had time to work on it. So I'm getting to work on that. So that's a little fun as well. All right. And we'll just give it a couple more minutes. See who's here. So you'll need a mat would be nice. You don't have to have a mat. You can put a towel down on the carpet or something a little more padded on the floor. A strap would be good, or a scarf or a belt, something along those lines that we can use would be great. But most importantly, you. You in a comfortable spot, in a safe spot. Hopefully it's a little quiet. And a lot of my class can be done with your eyes closed if you're comfortable doing that. We usually start on our backs on the mat, and we're going to do that today. I am going to read something. One of my meditation books is Yoga 365, Daily Wisdom for Life on and Off the Mat by Susanna Hardwood Rubin. And I thought today's reading was really appropriate for what's going on in a lot of our lives right now. So I will read this. So March 26th, Yoga Wisdom. Release control to collaborate with the universe. We cannot control everything. Sometimes we need to step back and let things unfold as they will. We can try to direct the outcomes of our actions, but at a certain point, we need to let play out what we have set in motion. We need to release a bit of control. Giving up control can actually be a relief. It is an admission that we are not the only force in the universe, and that in fact, we are one force in conversation with many forces, from the forces of nature to the energy and interests of the people around us. For example, we cannot force a flower to open its petals and bloom. We must wait for it to open in its own time. Similarly, we cannot make a person agree with us. We can just present our thoughts and invite that person to consider them. In addition, when we respect nature's rhythms or listen to another person's ideas, we are given an opportunity to grow and learn. We are in a collaborative relationship with everything that exists, and we can try to give and receive within this collaboration. So I think we're all at a time right now on our planet where control is something that it might feel like we don't have a lot of, and there's a lot of things we're being asked to do that go against our very nature, and isolate is one of them. So I think the yoga practice allows us to move within, to get a little quiet, to maybe release some of the anxiety and some of the grip of that control, like the things that we want to be able to control that we really can't, and to let it flow, right? This class is a lot about the flow of energy. So we're going to work on that. We're going to work on letting things flow through our body. So go ahead and find a comfortable spot on your back. When I first lay down, I always start with my knees bent. That just feels the most appropriate for me. You can certainly extend the legs. If you have that extra blanket and you want to roll it up and place it under your knees, that is kind of nice as well. So, whatever works for you. Some of us might like a little pillow under the head. Whatever works, but go ahead and take a moment to find a comfortable spot, preferably lying down. I know a few of you, I talked to my stepdad today, and he tuned into the video and watched some of the breathing and then didn't get past that. So, and that's fine, right? It's all good. So coming into the breath. So if you can, you want to inhale through the nose. You want to bring it down into the belly and exhale everything. And just continuing to do that, these nice deep breaths, inhaling into the belly, exhale everything, and allowing the body to relax, surrendering into the earth, right? Like releasing control for the moment, and just letting go. Be here now. And once you feel a little comfortable with those breaths in the belly, go ahead and bend the elbows and bring the hands to the rib cage, and let's move the breath from the belly into the ribs. So on the next inhale, we're going to inhale into the belly, we're going to expand the ribs, and then we're going to exhale everything. And with the hands gently on the rib cage, just notice the movement. Like really close your eyes and be in your body. Feel the ribs rise. Feel them push against the earth on the inhale. And then on the exhale, there's this letting go, right? This sinking in, this idea of surrender. And just continuing that. Nice, deep, even breaths. Relax the jaw, the face, the mouth. And then on the next inhale, move the fingertips up to the collarbones. Elbows are on the floor. And just see if you can bring that breath all the way from the belly, through the rib cage, into the upper chest. Exhale everything. And maybe the feeling attention comes into the shoulder blades, right? Into the upper back. Notice that push back against the earth on the inhale. Notice the collarbones lift on the inhale. And then there's this exhale where everything sinks in, right? There's this connection to earth that happens on the exhale, release of that control, right? Just right now, right here for this moment. And then just taking a moment to notice if the breath is a little sticky anywhere. So we have these little energy channels in the body, chakras, and sometimes the breath can be a little sticky. So if it is, maybe trying to let that go just a little bit more. So I think that idea of control, the will, right, sits right here at the center of the body, at the solar plexus. So that might be a little bit tricky right now. It might be a little sticky. Again, it's okay. Just notice it. You don't really have to do anything. Gently release the hands back down next to the body. Let's bring the palms up. So those shoulders are slightly rolled out. And then from here, gently push the shoulders into the earth and then release. Again, push the shoulders into the earth, widening the collarbones, and then release. One more time, push the shoulders into the earth. Go ahead and release. Now tune into the low back. Very gently push the low back onto the earth and then release. Again, push the low back onto the earth and then release. One more time. We're going to push the low back onto the earth and then we're going to release. And now just take a moment to see if you can come into a slightly more neutral position from the skull to the tailbone. So shoulders are heavy, collarbones are wide, the spine is heavy, particularly the low back. Nice. Now, let's bring the arms next to the body. Legs can be extended, knees bent, again, whatever's comfortable. Bring the palms so that they're facing the body. Pinkies are on the earth, thumb is towards the sky. We're going to inhale up and over, all the way over the head. Thumbs touch the earth. Exhale back down. Reach as you go. Again, inhale up and over. Stretching towards the wall behind you. Exhale back down. Beautiful. One more time. Inhaling up and over. Reach, reach, reach. Let's hold here for a count of 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release it down on the exhale. Okay. Roll the shoulders out. Back of the hand is on the earth. Palm is towards the sky. Again, we're going to inhale up. Keep the hands this way. Maybe the fingertips come to the earth above the head. It depends on the shoulders. Exhale back down. Trying to take as much time with the exhale as we do with the inhale. We tend to rush the exhale. Again, up and over. Even, deep, slow breaths. Exhale down. Lovely. Again, up and over. Nice. Exhale back down. Let's do one more time in this direction. Inhaling up and over. As we come to the top, let's reach towards the wall behind us and hold. 3, 2, 1. Release and breathe. Nice. Go ahead and roll the palms down onto the earth, back of the hands towards the sky. This is probably the most natural position for most of our shoulders, all right? Inhale, up and over. Maybe the back of the hands come to the earth. Exhale back down. Nice. Beautiful. Again, inhaling, up and over. Exhaling down. Lovely. Keep it going. Last time. We're going to come up and over. We're going to reach towards that back wall. We're going to hold 3, 2, 1. And instead of bringing the arms back down, let's just bend the elbows a little bit and keep the arms up here. And just breathe into this for a moment. If your knees are not bent, go ahead and bend one leg and then the other, bringing the feet to the earth about hip distance apart. Taking a moment to tune into the spine, just notice what's going on, right? Try to maybe allow the low back to get a little heavy here. Relax the shoulders, like let the chest open up a little bit. And then let's float the arms out to the side like a T. Allowing the front of the chest to get heavy. Right? Arms are heavy, back is heavy, jaws relaxed. Throat is open. Nice. And bring the arms back down next to the body for a moment. All right, so let's go ahead and grab your other blanket or towel, right? Like whatever it is that you have. We're going to create a little bit of height. I'm just going to check the comments. Okay, nice. So creating a little bit of height. Again, you can use a blanket, you can use a towel. Just seeing if I need to, okay. All right, fold it up, knees bent, inhale the booty up, and go ahead and come on down. So finding a nice sort of comfortable supported spot here, right? So we're in a slight inversion, right? First inversion, first back bend in yoga. It's not, if this isn't big, if you have a block and you would like to come up onto a block, feel free to do that. This is kind of nice, right? Go ahead and roll the shoulder blades together and down, opening up the collarbones, dropping the shoulders towards the earth. Palms are up here, or maybe holding on to that blanket if that feels a little bit more comfortable. Feet are about hip distance apart, right? Relatively close to the body. They say your fingertips should graze your heels. I find that a little too close. So I'm just going to drop them a little further away. And then from here, let's just inhale the booty up and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down, rolling the spine down from the top to the bottom. All right, coming up from the bottom to the top, and then rolling down. Nice. We'll do it a couple more times, creating a little warmth. Up, nice, and down. Beautiful. One more time. Up and down. Nice. Pausing here for a moment. Go ahead and let the shoulder blades come back apart so that upper back's a little flat on the earth. You might want to bring the palms down onto the earth, right? Nice and anchored as we bring one leg and then the other up towards the sky. All right. Now, again, here, I like to keep the feet about hip distance apart so the legs can kind of just drop down into the leg sockets. And then we're going to point and flex the toes. Oh, so I don't know about you, but I've been doing some exercise that I don't normally do. I've been walking. And so I can feel this in my shins and my calves. Right? I've been getting out. I just need to get out of the house and out. So I've been walking around the neighborhood and it's a little hilly here. So I'm feeling it. And then gently circle the ankles around in one direction, slowly, consciously, kindly. Continuing to breathe. And then circle in the opposite direction. Again, slowly, consciously, kindly. Nice. And then we'll stop circling and just breathe into that for a moment. So we talked a little bit at the beginning of the class about that idea of energy. And maybe we're starting to feel that pull of energy, right? Like running up in to through the calves and the shins, into the ankles, the feet, the toes. And then from here, gently allow the legs to drop to opposite sides. Okay. I like to bring my hands inside my thighs. So I'm out of a little bit of space here. So I'm going to bend my knees, which is perfectly okay to do. And I can even like pull a little bit more, right? I can have a little bit more of that stretch in the inner thigh. Breathing into this. And as you breathe into this, right, the weight of your legs is kind of helping with this stretch. Maybe the weight of your arms are helping as well. Take a moment to just notice if there's any grip, any tension in the body. See if you can let it go. The face, the jaw, the throat. Right? Surrendering into gravity. Nice. Now, let's all bend our knees a little bit more. All right, we're going to come into sort of a happy baby pose. So we're going to bring those knees towards the shoulders, hands at the arch of the feet. If this is not accessible yet, you maybe come to the outside, maybe you grab the ankles, maybe you grab the calves. We're going to push down a little bit, right? We're going to push down towards the underarms. And then maybe we're going to rock a little bit. If that feels safe and appropriate, right? Always doing what feels safe and appropriate. I think, pain is a message, right? It's your body saying, stop, don't do this. Nice. And then gently bring the hands outside the legs. Go ahead and bring the legs together. Bend the knees completely, thighs on the chest. Right? Breathing here for a moment. Bring the hands back down to the earth. Let's release one foot down and then the other. We're going to pause here and breathe. And then very gently extend one leg and then the other, keeping the toes either pointed away from you or towards the ceiling, whichever is most comfortable. Again, maybe we roll the shoulder blades together and down, palms come up. And just do this nice little arch from heel to skull. Right? Just a very gentle arch on the entire body. Breathing, always relaxing into it. Even when you're holding those legs a little more active here, right? You can still breathe and relax. Go ahead and bend one knee and then the other, bringing the feet back to the earth. All right. Go ahead and inhale the pelvis up, move that blanket out, and go ahead and come on down. Oh, take the feet a little wider for a moment. Allow the shoulder blades to come apart and just breathe here. And as you breathe here, connect into the earth. Notice how things feel, right? As we move through our practice, it's really nice to be able to compare how we felt when we laid down and how we feel in the middle and how we feel at the end, right? If we can have a sense of measurable ease as we move through the practice, a sense of measurable ease in the body, we'll be more likely to do it. Right? If it makes us feel better, we'll be more likely to do it. So take note, all right? All right, let's bring those knees into the chest and rock it out a little side to side. You'll notice this is one of my favorite things to do. I always feel really good when I do this. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll bring the feet back onto the earth. All right, so we're going to walk the feet a little bit further apart. We're going to bring the arms up overhead in a comfortable, sustainable position. So for most of us, that's going to mean elbows bent. So it's kind of this victory cactus pose, all right? So once you bring those arms up, notice what happens to the spine, all right? Like usually that arch at the spine becomes a little bit more pronounced. So what I'd like you to do is let the back get a little bit heavy. Right, just tuning into that, let the back get a little bit heavy here. Tune into the skull, maybe we tuck the chin a little bit. And with that back remaining heavy, right, let's just inhale, push the low back down onto the earth, exhale, release. Inhale, push the low back down onto the earth. Know what that feels like. Exhale, release. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, we're going to push the low back down onto the earth. Exhale the knees down to the left, both knees, head can roll with the knees. Inhale through center, push the low back down onto the earth. Exhale the knees to the right. Again, inhale through center, push the low back down, exhale to the left. Let the head roll with the knees, if that's appropriate and comfortable. All right, so doing this with your breath. Nice, deep, slow, conscious, kind movements. And just enjoy how this feels. So I'm going to move my feet a little closer to the booty. Oh, and just get a slightly deeper stretch. You get to decide what works for you. Okay. Now, next time the knees come down to the left, we're going to leave them there. We're going to just hang out for a bit. So get a little comfortable, sink in, surrender, release control. Turn the head to the left. Maybe pick the head up and actually come down onto the left side of the skull. Extend that right arm on the earth away from the body. Oh, push that right knee down. Feel that stretch. It feels so good. Breathe into that. Nice deep breaths. Nothing needs to be done here. We just have to breathe. Nice. Okay, gently relax the effort in the knee. Soften the right elbow. Inhale the knees and head to center and pause. And pause and take note, right? Notice the difference between the right side and the left. How does it feel? Next time you exhale, go ahead and exhale the knees to the right. Again, we're going to just kind of sink in here. We're going to get a little comfortable. Both sides might not feel the same. Go ahead and roll the head to the right. Maybe pick the head up. Drop the right side of the skull onto the earth. All right. Gently straighten the left arm away from center. And maybe we push the left knee down a little bit and we breathe into this side of the body. Oh, so I can feel that whole like superficial layer of fascia is all sticky, right? And so it just feels all like it's opening up. Nice. Couple more breaths here. And then very gently releasing the effort in the left leg, softening the left elbow, bringing the knees and head back to center. Let the low back get a little heavy here. Gently bring the hands to the belly, allowing the shoulders to readjust a little bit and breathe. Go ahead and bring the knees into the chest and rock it out a little side to side. Nice. All right. Now, from here, we're going to locate our strap, our scarf, whatever it is that you have. All right. Knees bent, feet on the earth. All right. Let's bring the right foot in. We're going to place the strap, the scarf, the belt around the ball of the right foot. All right. We're going to bend and straighten the knee a few times. We're going to allow a little bounce to take place as the leg comes down. Nice. And we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to hold the stretch. So, we want to be kind in the hands. Hands are the motor organ of the heart. We do not want to grab onto this scarf as hard as possible and pull, right? We really just want to ease into it. Some of you might like to straighten the left leg. I don't usually do that, but here's what I'm going to tell you. Try it, right? See how that feels on the low back. So for me, I feel a little pulling sensation on the left side of the low back. I don't think that's necessary today. But for a lot of people, it's fine. So if you want to straighten out that left leg, go ahead and do that. But let's just take a moment to maybe bring the hands to the right leg and maybe just breathe into this and maybe take a moment to send your body some love, right? A little massage. If you're, isolating at home by yourself, right? Touch is nice. So just a little squeezing here along the leg. A little bit of love, a little appreciation. And just breathing into this stretch. Flex the foot a little more. Straighten the leg a little more. Feel the hamstring working here. Nice. Now from here, we're going to drop that leg out to the right. So I'm a little squished over here, so I'm going to roll over here. We're going to drop the leg out to the right. Okay, we're going to let the left knee drop out a little bit, and then we're going to straighten the left leg. Now, what I would like is that left leg rotated out to the left from the hip socket. All right, and then maybe take that left hand and place it on the front hip flexor on the left side. So just creating a little bit of weight here. All right, a little bit of opening across the front of the pelvis. Breathing. And then surrendering into this, right? Like drop the arms, just surrender into it. Let go. Deep, easy breathing. Noticing where the resistance might be. Then we'll inhale this right leg up. We'll exhale all the way across the body. Right arm comes out, left arm comes out like a T, so we're in this nice little twist here, and just breathing into this. All right, again, nice deep breaths. And as you breathe deeply in a twist, you can start to feel the internal organs getting a little massage. Just like we gave the leg a little squeeze, right? We're giving the internal organs a little squeeze. And then just notice where the grip is. Is there anywhere where you can release, where you can relax? Surrendering into the mat, into the earth, into the pose, into the breath. Nice. You can go ahead and lift that right leg back up towards the sky. Take the strap off, shake the leg out, and go ahead and come back flat. Arms down, palms up. Oh, okay, so notice the difference between the right leg and the left leg. So today, I feel a significant difference. So the right leg feels longer. She actually feels more spacious. I feel like there's more energy running through her. I feel like the left leg is heavier. The experience is different, right, each time. But again, with all that walking I've been doing, I'm using muscles in a way that I don't normally use them, so I feel like there's a little tightening going on. And we'll go ahead and we'll bend one knee and then the other. We're going to do the other side. So, grab your strap, whatever it is, place it around the ball of the left foot. Keep that left glute on the earth and go ahead and start to bend and straighten the left leg. Just bending and straightening. Nice. Bending and straightening. And then let it bounce a little, right? As it hits the booty, there's this little bounce that happens. Hopefully. Nice. And we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to hold the stretch. So again, I'm going to sort of forego the strap and bring my hands to my leg. So you can flex the foot and then just give the leg a little love, right? Just a little squeezing all the way from the bottom to the top and then back again. And notice what the internal conversation is, right? Is the internal conversation kind, supportive, encouraging, or is it critical? And, if it's critical, change it up, right? There's no reason to be critical. We're all under a lot of stress right now. The last thing we need is that internal conversation to be yucky. Make sure that foot is flexed, nice little stretch, hold a couple more breaths. And then from here, we're going to drop that leg out to the left, right? So you want to come out at a 90-degree angle as much as possible. We all have a different level of flexibility, right? So whatever works for you so that the back stays on the earth. And then we're going to drop the right knee out and then straighten that right leg. So we have an external rotation of the right leg. And again, maybe the right hand comes onto the right hip. And we just breathe into that. Let the head get heavy. Close the eyes. Nice deep breaths. Surrendering into the earth. I feel like the earth has, this incredible ability to renew and refresh. I mean, I don't know if you got outside today, but it was absolutely stunning here and quiet, right? So quiet. Nice. And now we'll inhale that left leg up towards the sky. Exhale across the body. I'm going to bend my knee because of the wall. I have a wall. Left arm stays out. Head in a comfortable position. So whatever works for you, right? I like to roll it to the right. That just feels the most comfortable for me in this particular pose. Breathing into this. Again, noticing that squeeze on the internal organs, like we kind of used our hands to squeeze the legs. The shape of our body now is squeezing the internal organs. Nice. Go ahead and bring that left leg back up towards the sky. Take the strap off. Shake it out a little bit. Then go ahead and bring that left leg to the earth. And just pausing here for a moment, right? Breathing into the landscape of this. Maybe the palms come up. Maybe those shoulders roll out. Maybe that back feels a little bit more elongated, right? Maybe the legs feel a little longer, a little more spacious. Just noticing how it feels to lay down now compared to how it felt when we first started. Go ahead and rock the head a little side to side. All right, nice. Let's go ahead and bend one knee and then the other. You can go ahead and rock it a little side to side. Go ahead and place your hands on your knees. We're going to bring the legs into concentric circles. So we're going to drop out to opposite sides. We're going to circle away from the body and in. Out, away from the body and in. All right, concentric circles. Breathing into this as we go. All right. So again, that idea of getting some movement in the body that we might not be getting right now. Next time the knees come in, reverse your circle. Drop away from the body, out and in. Nice. Keep it going. All right, then we'll bring the knees in, bring the hands under the knees, and let's rock a little forward and back. Now, this is not fun for everybody, so you can just come up. I feel like it's a little massage on the spine. It doesn't work for everybody, but we're all eventually going to make our way up. Okay. And now we're going to make our way to all fours. So I like to create a little padding for the knees. I'm going to come a little bit closer now so I can see you. I can't really see you, but I like to think I can. Okay. So, my mat's moving here. Okay, so coming on to hands and knees. So hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Right, let's do a little cat-cow here. So I feel like I actually should turn this way. All right, so do a little cat-cow here. So we're going to round the back and then arch. Rounding and arching. So the breath. I like to inhale as I'm rounding. I like to exhale as I arch. Filling the space between the vertebrae with prana, and then pushing the vertebrae together. A couple more times here. Next time you round it, let's circle over the hips a little bit. So we're going to come, and we're going to circle over the hips. We're going to drop the hips down in the front and circle over the back. So nice big circles here of the hips, right? Just moving all the way around. Nice. Breathing as we go. Maybe there's an exhale on the way back. Inhale forward. And you know, my feeling is you can always do what feels most comfortable with the breath. Next time you come to the back, let's reverse our circle going in the opposite way. So if it feels better to exhale, inhale, it doesn't really matter. I'm not attached to how you're breathing. I just want you to keep breathing. Deep diaphragmatic, comfortable breaths. One more big circle and we'll bring it back into child's pose. So child's pose, right? Knees come apart a little bit, booty comes down to the heels, belly, chest, forehead. Breathe. Jaws relaxed, right? Heads relaxed, just let it all go. Nice. Go ahead and come back up onto all fours. All right. So let's tuck the toes under. Oh, you know what? Let's tuck the toes under and sit back a little bit. Let's just stretch out those feet for a moment. Oh, feels so good. All right. And if this is not available, you just come forward a little bit, right? So wherever you can come to that's not excruciating, this is one of those poses that you're going to probably feel it a little bit more than some of the others. That's okay. Breathing here. Nice. Couple more breaths. All right, gently coming forward, top of the feet to the mat, shake them out a little bit. All right, spread the fingers apart. So we're gonna come into plank pose. We're gonna make our way up into downward dog. So we wanna spread the hands apart. We wanna bring our weight into the thumbs, the index finger, right? The ball of the hand, not the heel. That's where we get that little hyperextension on the wrist that can be a little irritating. So fingers, right? Thumb, index finger, and into the ball of the hand. Spread the fingers apart. Tuck the toes under, straighten the legs. All right, coming into a really nice, strong plank pose. If this is not available yet, bring the knees back down, walk the hands forward a little bit, bring the feet up towards the sky, and drop the hips. All right? So be where you are today, not where you want to be or where you used to be where you are. All right, so either one, whatever works. Breathing. Nice. Now let's roll it up into downward dog. So for me, I have to step my feet a little closer to my hands, not to each other, but to my hands to come into this upside down V. All right, breathing into this. Maybe you want to bend one knee and then the other. You can even take that knee across a little bit and across center, just pushing those hips back, and then just settle in for a breath or two. Go ahead and either walk your hands towards your feet or your feet towards your hands, whichever, it doesn't matter. Let's just come into a forward fold for a moment. If the hands don't come down to the earth, go ahead and grab opposite elbows or rest your hands on your body. Don't let them just hang there. Maybe drop the top of the head towards the earth and shake it out a little. Yes, no. Just releasing the neck. It's kind of nice here. Soften the knees. Right? Let's soften the knees even a little bit more. In fact, let's soften them a little bit more, coming down as if we're sitting in a low chair. Bring those hands towards center. Inhale the torso up, keep the booty down, and hold here. Nice, beautiful. Breathing into this. Weight drops back into the heels. And go ahead and gently bring it up. Release the arms down. Nice. Shake it out a little bit. Okay. So we're going to do, we'll do parts of the sun salutation, just like the first 4 movements. We're going to, we talked a little bit at the beginning of class about control, right? And giving that up and sort of, leaning into whatever it is that's going on. So I thought it would be nice if we did tree pose, right? Because if you think about trees and what they've got going on. So we're going to ramp up the energy a little bit and then come into that. So we'll start with the feet about hip distance apart. Again, coming into Tadasana. So mountain pose. Here's the thing about mountain pose. It sounds like a really easy pose, and it's simple, but it requires some attention. So shoulders are over hips, hips are over knees, knees are over ankles. I know for me, I have this tendency, you can probably see it, to lean forward, right? So I got to come back to center. So just take a moment to close your eyes, go into your body, and feel if you feel centered. Could you draw a straight line from the crown of your head through the base of your body into the earth? Or would it be slightly angled, out or in, all right? So finding that center, weights evenly distributed in the feet. Go ahead and bring the hands into prayer position in front of the chest. Okay. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to push the air down. Inhale, lift it up, look towards the sky. Exhale, dive in, back straight, legs straight. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold, top of the head towards the earth. Inhale, arms out to the side, palms towards the sky again. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, push it down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive in, diving into the earth. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, arms back up to the sky, palms together, reaching. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll do one more full set here. Inhale. Exhale, push it down. Inhale, reach it up. Lift, 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 lift. Exhale, dive in. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Beautiful. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay. Pausing here for a moment. Close your eyes. All right. Take a moment to picture your favorite tree. All right. So this could be a tree that is in your backyard, at the beach, in the mountains, out in the neighborhood, in the desert, but just picture that tree. And take a moment to tune into the energy of that tree. So that tree's trunk, the roots are reaching down into the earth, right? Like constantly reaching down and out. The trunk is constantly reaching up and out. The branches are lifting towards the sky, right? And then in your mind's eye, imagine that you are setting down roots through your right leg. Like literally there are roots coming down your leg, out the bottom of your right foot. Go ahead and lift those toes up and then bring them down on that right leg, on the right foot, one at a time, kind of grabbing onto the earth, setting down roots through the left side. Open your eyes and go ahead and lift the right leg up. So you might want to be near a wall, so you can use that. We want to bring that right sole of the foot into the inner thigh. If you push against your foot, this is going to help you. If you can't get here yet, just lift that right leg up off the earth. But maybe you can do this. All right? Think of that tree. Let's lift our branches. Open our branches to the sunlight of the spirit. Lovely. Focusing on something that's not moving. Inhale. On your next exhale, we're going to sweep those arms down. All right, we're going to bring it back into prayer position. You're going to gently release that right leg down. Maybe shake it out a little bit. We're going to close the eyes again. And this time we're going to set down roots through the right side. So, you might feel better to step onto the floor as opposed to the mat. If you're home doing this on carpet, a little hard to do tree on carpet, all right? A little bit more challenging. So, setting down roots through the right side. Literally picture them coming out the bottom of the right foot. Lift the toes up on the right foot, bring them down one at a time, grab onto the earth. And when you're ready, open your eyes and lift your left leg up off the earth. Again, doesn't matter how high you get it, just that it comes up. Breathing into this. I'll never tell you to relax your face here. We'd all just tip over. So this requires some tension in the body, right? Go ahead and raise those arms, those branches up to the sunlight. Beautiful. Good job. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and sweep it down into prayer. Go ahead and release that left leg. Shake it out a little bit. Nice. Shake both of them out. Let's just do baby elephant. So, one of my favorite poses. Nice little swing. Opposite heel from the arms comes up. And I always imagine, maybe it's not baby elephant, maybe it's just regular elephant, but baby elephants are so cute. So just picture like a baby elephant. Breathing into that. And then you can create a little more force with the arms, right? Really swing. You can bend the knees a little bit, right? Like really swinging into this, moving the body with it. I feel so sort of, not stuck, but just kind of oppressed, right? Not being able to go out, like and visit and shop and, go do my daily life. All right, come back to center, shake it out. All right. So I don't know about you, but that sort of heaviness, oppression is like, I feel it in my whole body, right? Not my being, but I feel it physically. Especially when I get here onto the mat and I start to notice that. So do a little side stretching on the body. So again, feet are comfortable distance apart. So next time you're in line somewhere, I don't know if you're going out and standing in line, but notice how people stand. So we all have habits, right? And in yoga, we call it samskara. We have habits. We have things that we do that we're usually not aware of. So I know for me, I tend to stand like this. Right? Probably not great. Probably not great for my hips, my spine. Right? Some people, you see, they stand with their feet really close together. Right? Some people stand really far apart. Right? Again, some people have like one hip cocked or the other. But just notice, and not to judge, just to notice and notice how do you stand? All right? The other thing I told you I do is I lean in. Right? I lean in. So I need to kind of pull it back a little bit. So just noticing that. So coming into as neutral a position while you're standing as you can. Awareness in the body. Lift the left arm up on an inhale. Exhale over. Twist a little to the right. Sweep on down and lift that left arm up. All right, so you might have to watch me for a second. All right, we're going to twist a little to the side, sweep down, and come on up. All right. It's moving the body in ways that we don't normally move it. All right, couple more times. Exhaling down, inhaling up. And then just lean over, hold. Okay, release the left arm down. And close the eyes for a moment and just notice, does the left side feel a little more open? Remember, the answers are yes, no, and I don't know. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale over. We're going to twist over to the left and we're going to scoop it on down. All right, inhaling up, exhaling down. And you can bend the knees a little bit here, like make this a fluid, yummy movement. Fluid. Think of that, fluidity. All right? One more time. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Then just leave that right arm over, stretching out through the right side. Great. Come back to center. Go ahead and interlace the hands behind the body. Interlace them with the awkward pinky on the bottom. Pull down a little bit. Okay? Come into a forward fold. You can soften the knees a little bit. I always like to soften the knees as I'm coming down, unless we're doing sun salutations. And then go ahead and bring the hands up towards the sky and breathe into this. If you would rather straighten the legs, you can. I think it just feels a little nicer to have them bent. Beautiful. Bring the hands back on the body. Bring the hands in front of you. Walk the feet apart a little bit, right? Heel toe apart. And let's come down into a squat and breathe here for a moment. If it feels safe and appropriate, you can bring the hands back into prayer position. Nice. And then go ahead and come on down. Let's just shake the legs out a little bit. Do a forward fold. Inhale the arms up, shoulder distance apart, point the toes towards the ceiling. Bend at the waist, keep the back straight, chest lifted, breathe into this. So we're folding here, right? We're folding at the crease in the hips. A lot of people tend to do this with this pose, right? Trying to keep that chest lifted. Go ahead and lift the arms up. Exhale them down next to the side. Kind of bring the hands right next to you. Go ahead and push into the earth with the legs, with the arms, sitting up nice and tall, breathing. And then relax that and just shake it out a moment. Okay, so we're gonna come into our meditation, all right? Hopefully everybody heard what I read at the beginning of class. I feel like I should read it one more time just in case. All right, so go ahead and find a comfortable spot. I'm going to read this while you guys are finding a comfortable spot. Laying down, again, you can put something under the head if you'd like a pillow. If you want something under the knees, do that, whatever works for you, but get comfortable, okay? Release control to collaborate with the universe. That's pretty big, right? We cannot control everything. I'm not sure we can control anything. Sometimes we need to step back and let things unfold as they will. We can try to direct the outcomes of our actions, but at a certain point, we need to let play out what we have set in motion. We need to release a bit of control. Giving up control can actually be a relief. It is an admission that we are not the only force in the universe, and that, in fact, we are one force in conversation with many other forces, from the forces of nature to the energy and interests of the people around us. For example, we cannot force a flower to open its petals and bloom. We must wait for it to open in its own time. Similarly, we cannot make a person agree with us. We can just present our thoughts and invite that person to consider them. In addition, when we respect nature's rhythms or listen to another person's ideas, we are given an opportunity to grow and learn. We are in a collaborative relationship with everything that exists, and we can try to give and receive within this collaboration. So with that idea of collaboration, cooperation, releasing control, go ahead and lie down on your mats. Tuning into the body. Allowing the toes to relax. The bottom of the feet, the top of the feet are relaxed. Close the eyes. The ankles are relaxed. The calves, the shins, the knees relaxed. Allow the thighs to sink into the earth, right? The beautiful heavy femur bone. The muscles around the thighs, imagine them melting. The buttocks, the hips, the pelvic floor is relaxed. The belly is relaxed. The lower back and the waist are tension-free and relaxed. The spine, the spinal cord, the vertebrae, relaxed, released. Connected to the earth, open, spacious, healthy. The internal organs are healthy and relaxed. I'll say that again. Your internal organs are healthy and relaxed. Allow the shoulder blades to soften. Imagine the collarbones widening as the shoulders pour from the body. And any remaining tension, dis-ease, discomfort, impurities, bubbles up the body, pours out the shoulders, through the arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hands, the fingers, deep into the core of the earth. The back of the neck and the throat is relaxed. That fifth chakra, that bridge between the head and the heart, is a clear, open channel. Imagine the base of the skull widening slightly. And the jaw, the mouth, the tongue, the lips relax. The cheeks. Allow the skull to get heavy. Allow the eyes to sink into the eye socket. Forehead brightens, crown chakra opens. So the entire body is completely at peace and relaxed. And imagine sitting beneath a giant redwood tree in the middle of a forest filled with giant redwood trees. And so the earth beneath you is a little spongy from all the needles that have fallen over time. And the tree behind you is wide and big and strong and stable. And the roots beneath you have been growing for hundreds of years, reaching deeper into the earth, intertwining with the other tree roots. So there is this connection beneath you. And as you look up, 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 into the sky, into the canopy of the tree, it rises hundreds of feet above the earth. As you bring the eyes back down onto the earth in front of you, there's this dappled sunlight sitting in front of you. And just allowing yourself to feel the energy of this tree against your back, the trees in front of you. There's a stability, a wisdom, a sense of patience, a sense of endurance. Imagine all the things these trees have seen. And they have no control, right? They're not trying to accomplish anything or change anything. They're just bearing witness to what's happening. They're just being the best tree they can be. And they're growing ever so slowly. But as they grow, they become these majestic, living, breathing entities on our planet. And so allowing that energy to seep into your body, like whatever it is that you feel and hear from this tree, from this forest, from this concept, let it sink into your being. Like we're all in this together. We need to allow each other to figure it out the best way we can. With kindness and courtesy and acceptance. Knowing right now, in this moment, right here, right now, everything is possible and nothing is necessary. Again, everything is possible and nothing is necessary. And so taking that sense of peace, right? Like tucking it inside, keeping it there, this quiet strength, this endurance, this wisdom, this ability to adapt, rise above it all, and yet stay connected to the earth. Tuck that up somewhere inside of you so that in the coming days, the coming weeks, you can pull it out, right? You can tune in. And gently becoming aware of your surroundings right now, right here, the floor beneath you, the ceiling above, the walls that surround you. Coming back, aware of the breath, breathing a little deeper. Wiggling the fingers and toes. Very gently coming back fully into this moment, this time, this place. And when you're ready, you can roll over onto one side, whichever side feels most appropriate, bending the knees, just hugging this feeling to you for a moment longer, knowing that you've done something good for yourself, you've done something good for the universe. We have the ability to project peace out into the world, one breath at a time. And then when you're ready, pushing yourselves up into a comfortable seated position. And we can bring the hands into a mudra at the knees with the thumb touching one of the fingers, right? Let's touch our index finger and let's just hold this mudra for a moment. Bowing the head in gratitude, like there's so much to be grateful for. Sending that gratitude out over our planet. And then lifting the chin, and if you care to, you can join me in a single Om. I'm going to bring my hands back into prayer position, nestling the thumb into the sternum so I can feel that vibration as the Om moves through the body. Nice deep breath in together. Om. Say namaste. I wish you light and happiness. I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Drink some water, all right? Stay grounded, be well, and I'll see you on the mat again really soon.